Okay, now we might want to invoice. We can, again, like enrolling, we can invoice one at a time, or we can invoice as a group. Of course, it's more efficient to invoice as a group, but it might happen that you're putting an extra person in, or you need to re-invoice or do something one at a time. So if we were going to invoice Carrie for the event, we'd go to Invoices and Payments tab, click on Invoice Me, come to Invoice Settings and Items, and select Current Event. That bills her, gives her a line item for each of the items we put in on the bill with the name of it. And if you look at the invoice details, it's selected the correct account category. It's given the event code so that the system knows what belongs to these line items. Okay. So if Carrie's mum's right there and then at the desk, then you might go, thank you very much, take and apply. We've got a message that she's holding credit. That's why it doesn't want us to do that. See, we've got some credit sitting there, so let's apply some of that instead. There we go, paid in full. So that's how we might invoice somebody one at a time. Of course, if she wasn't at the desk, we might email PDF this invoice. Okay, now I'm going to remove that invoice. Delete that one. And go back to the event, the Junior Invitational. So if we wanted to invoice everybody as a group, then we can do the Get Related thing using gymnasts there, or from the list view, come over here and go Gymnasts. There's our set of gymnasts who are in the event. We'll come up here to Group Invoice, and we'll go Current Event. Group is being invoiced for the current event. Okay, so now you see we have 12 invoices all done with those fees on. You can flick through them and check them here. Okay, so we have our invoices for the event, and maybe there's something extra we want to add on to them that we didn't put in before. So it's kind of handy to be able to add something extra. For example, maybe we look on our little point of sale item list and see what's there. Do we have to add a leotard or something like that? Not exactly what I'm after. I'm going to add a new item to the item list and have it appear there. So if we go item list, add new, I'm going to call it level test, and level test fee is going to be $11, comes under the account category events, and I want it to appear on my little point of sale popover. Right, so if I want to add the level test to everybody, then what I'm going to do is, first of all, this is important, go to the first in the list, because we're going to use a trick to copy it down onto the other invoices. So I go to the first invoice in my set, select level test fee. Because it's an item that came from the item list, it has an extra feature available. If I hover over one of these, it says not suitable to copy down, because they're just regular line items. But this is a special line item because it came from our item list. It says control-click to add this item to all invoices that follow in the found set. So what it's saying is I can hold control and click that, and it will add that exact item to all the other invoices that follow. Right now I don't have it, but I go back to the first one. So I hold the control key and click. And gym number's gone through to number 12. And if we go backwards, we see that that item has been added onto everybody's invoice.